Hey everyone, this is the ShutInBakas. My name's Chris. Today I decided to do a very logical video, recording at 2 in the morning. I'm going to be talking about my top anime of fall 2021, or most anticipated, that is. I saw Otaku Spirit do their video on it. They talked about like every show that's coming out and when and where and all that stuff. I can't be bothered to do that, quite honestly. I just want to say what shows I'm interested in, and I would like to hear what you guys are interested in as well in the comments down below. So let's get straight into it. Number 1 is Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation second season, or it used to be called second part. I'm not really sure what it is anymore. It's pretty confusing, but overall, extremely excited to see this season coming back. I've been craving it, you know. I've had that urge to watch some more Jobless Reincarnation, but like I don't want to go back and re-watch it again. I've already done it like twice, so I don't need to go watch it again. I just need to get the new season, and then I'll be happy. So yes, obviously that's going to be coming out October 4th. And you'll be finding it on about, Funimation, and no, we won't be getting it on Anime Lab anymore, but you'll be able to stream it on Funimation.com. Komisan Can't Communicate. Now this one is a bit of a weird one, because as soon as it was announced I thought, okay, this is like another fake, right? This is like people like pretending it's real. No, it was real. Genuinely, we've been trolled so many times in this community that we just had no idea this was actually coming. It's so strange. So, the fact that this is now coming out is pretty ridiculous. It was one of my most anticipated manga adaptations of an anime, because most of the manga I read is already an anime, so the fact that Komi-san wasn't was quite weird for how popular it is. Like, seriously, in the West, if you talk about manga, Komi Can't Communicate comes up all the time, because it's just so, I guess it's funny, it's wholesome, like that sort of stuff. It's a weird show, it's a weird manga in that regard, because it's kind of got some dark stuff to it, but like it's mainly just comedic value. And yes, overall I am very excited to watch this show. It's being done by OLM, which is the same studio behind Pokemon. So, look forward to some potentially interesting animation. Although it looks to me like they're putting their animation budget into the visuals instead of like the fluid animation from the PVs I've seen. So, that'll be interesting to see how that goes. That one will be airing on October 7th. And the weird part is, it's going to be on Netflix. Yeah, that's weird. So Netflix has it, and they are doing something very out of character. They're going to be streaming it weekly. Apparently. That's what they said. So, I'm interested to see how that goes, and if Netflix is going to start streaming anime weekly from this point onwards, because then we can have a competitor to Crunchyroll and the Funimation buyout. So, you know, the more competition there are, the better it is for us. So yes, Komi Can't Communicate, you love to see it. This one is Taiso Maiden Fairy Tale, which is, it's a weird one. It's about a guy who, you know, he's wanted to be the most, you know, the best person in his family, the powerful, wealthy family member, and he wanted to do that, but his mother died. That made him sad. He ended up breaking his arm, and his father just kind of said, okay, you can't become the successor to the family anymore, so I'm going to ship you out into the boonies just so you can live your life in purgatory, essentially. And, you know, he's a depressed dude, but eventually, for some reason, his father sends him a young girl, which is his new bride. I know, arranged marriage, who would have thought? I'm interested in this show just mainly because it looks like it could be fluffy and, you know, nice, because I need a good romance here and there. Most anime romance aren't that fantastic, but I need a good one, and this one looks like it could be good because it's mainly comedy-oriented, I can tell. And yeah, overall, it's looking to be pretty good. And it's being done by Synergy SP, which they've got a bit of a weird track record. They've done Initial D, 5th Stage, and Final Stage, which are the two best animated versions of Initial D. Because in Initial D, they changed the animation studio every season, but they actually stuck with these guys for the last two, so that was good. They did 5 Second Battle. That one was, I only saw the first episode, but it looked alright, I guess. Beyblade Metal Fight, or Metal Fusion, whatever. Those sucked. in terms of animation. It was all like 90% CG, so I'm not holding my hopes high for the series to look good. I'm hoping the art style is going to be like prominent. It's not just going to be it's not going to look nice on the promotional pictures, and then it's going to look really generic in motion. I hope that's not the case, because I actually like the more retro Japanese style to it, because it looks like it's set in like an old historic Japanese setting. So that's actually a setting I really love to look at. I love anime and media that are set in like feudal Japan and all those older times. Those are really nice to see. So I'm hoping that is where this is set. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Platinum End is also a anticipated anime. It's an interesting one to see, because it looks like it's a pretty dark one. Its main theme is psychological, so that's an interesting one. I like myself a good psychological anime, as you can tell from all the Evangelion anime we've watched. But it's looking to be a pretty depressing one, so I think I'll have to offset it with the fairy tale anime. The same one for that is Signal MD, which has done Recovery of an MMO Junkie. And those are the only notable ones. They also did a Fate Grand Order spin-off thingy-majig. So they haven't got a huge track record of like shows, or much less shows that are, fluidly animated. But hey, I have my hopes high on this one. It looks like it could be good. So yeah, that's Platinum End. It's coming out on October 8th, and sorry, I forgot to mention that the Fairy Tail one is coming out on October 9th. I'm not sure where these are being done. I'm guessing the Fairy Tail one is either Funimation or Crunchyroll. Those are the only two likely places. Platinum End seems like it would be a Funimation one, so I'm guessing it's there, but don't quote me on that. And this one is actually a weird one, because I didn't think I was actually going to enjoy this. But I checked out the PV, and it's an original, so it's gotta be cool, right? It's called Rumble Garundol, which is an anime it looks very interesting, to put it mildly. It's basically about some otaku dude who's sent to a future with, I guess, totalitarianism, because Japan loves that a lot. And I didn't really read the full preview, because I don't really want to get spoiled on it too much. So this one looks interesting, and since it's an original, it can't be spoiled for us. So it's always an interesting thing to watch original anime, because, you're watching something that the creators know what they want to end, it's not a manga where, oh, we ran out of time, so we're just ending it halfway and gonna clickbait you to go buy the manga instead. No, this is going to end, and it's going to properly end. So I'm interested in that regard. It's being done by Studio Lurch, which are mainly known for Assassination Classroom, Danganronpa, and Monster Girl Musume, along with School Live. So, we're looking pretty good there. Overall, it looks like it's more of a stylized show than like a motion, action-packed show, so it looks like it'll be an interesting one. That's coming out on October 11th, and this looks to me like it would be a Funimation show, in my opinion, but again, hard to tell. Now for honourable mentions, I've got Paladin of the End. I originally saw this one a while back. It was an interesting looking PV. It just kind of it reminds me of Jobless Reincarnation in the sense of really pretty graphics in a different world. Not because it's an isekai, because I don't think it is. So, yeah, it looks interesting. I haven't really looked too much into it because, again, I don't want to be spoiled on these things. It's coming out on October 9th, and the studio behind it is Children's Playground Entertainment, which that's a really stupid name, I'm not going to lie to you. They have done Citrus and Hatena Illusion. Those are the main ones that I know for this. So, not a great track record. Citrus was alright, but I think they would have done in-between animation. So, we'll see. I mean, you never know. New up-and-coming studios don't mean that the animation is going to be bad. It just means that since they don't have a track record, we don't know what they're capable of. And yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. I'm definitely going to check that one out. Next up, we've got a different, an ad of an anime. I'm just interested in it because the PV looked kind of cool. that's called Build Divide Code Black, which is coming out sometime in October 2021. They don't specify when. And apparently it's already got a second season announced, so that's even more intriguing. But regardless, it seems to be an original anime, and it looks to be a game promotion, in the sense that they have these cards where they summon these characters. Like this dude was going on about summoning a character, and this girl showed up with a big spear or something, and yeah, it was a very weird one, and if this isn't a advertisement for a game, I'd be very surprised, so keep that in mind. But yeah, it looks somewhat interesting. It looks kind of edgy. I mean, that's not usually a good thing, but I could do with an edgy show here and there, right? So this one is done by Maiden Films, which are mainly known for Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches, which is an alright one, Tokyo Revengers, which is extremely popular, so you never know, and the very much hated 2016 Berserk remake, which was all CG. And just for good measure, for Joseph, it's also the one that did the magical Senpai. So, I mean, it's got a alright looking trailer, but you never know. These things could look pretty bad in the long run. You never know. And finally, we have the world's best assassin to reincarnate in a different world, Astrocrat. Or Aristocrat. Don't tell me to say that 5 times in a row. I've heard many things about this show. It seems to be one of the, like, isekais that kind of stands out in a lineup, but that's just because the main character is different than every other main character. He doesn't get hit by a truck, and he's not just some otaku nerd. He's actually a trained assassin who dies and gets sent to a different world to live out his life peacefully instead of, murdering people. But in order for him to do that, he has to murder someone. Pretty ironic. So I'm interested in it just because it looks like the interesting isekai of the season, I mean. Like how Spirit Chronicles was the interesting isekai of the season, but we all know how that turned out. So this one's being done by Silverlink, and Silverlink is well known for... sorry, that was a bit of a weird one. Chivalry of a Failed Knight, Kokoro Connect, and Bakken Test, and of course one of my more enjoyed 2020 anime, which was Misfit of Demon King Academy. I should probably do a review on that one, because that one was actually criminally underrated in my opinion. So, yep, they did a whole bunch of stuff, so they even did Fate Khalid, if, that's something that swings you, that really digs you. I don't know where to go with that. That's just, Anyway, that's that. It's coming out October 6th. I'm guessing it's going to be a Crunchyroll thing, but again, don't take my word for it. So, overall, this season is going to be quite an impressive one, if you ask me. It's going to be weird to see Komi, because I can't just imagine Komi, animated for some reason. It's just been so long that I just can't, imagine Komi can't communicate in fluid motion. So I'll be interested to see that. And they've got a few isekais coming back, of course, because this is the isekai overthrow. Although the next one seems to be, aggressive girl against submissive boy, like Nagatoro and Takagi-san. So, yeah, it's a weird time to be alive, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, this one was an interesting one. There are obviously a few other shows. I might just point out, ones that I'm very iffy, if I'll watch or not. I wanted to see World's End Harem. It's going to be, obviously, an ecchi harem. But the problem is, it's being picked up by Crunchyroll. Now, if it's picked up by Crunchyroll, that means they're picked up by Funimation. And if they're picked up by Funimation, that means it's with Sony. And the problem with that is, they're probably going to censor it or drop it. Now, I don't like that idea at all, because an ecchi show needs to stay ecchi. If it's designed to be that way, they shouldn't have to compromise on their art form just because, I don't know, some middle-aged dad in America, California, decides that that's not alright for an 18-year-old man to watch his 18-year-old content. But this is the world we live in. So I was mildly interested in this one. Now I'm definitely not, because it's probably going to be censored to all hell. So I was hoping High Dive would get this one, but nope, that doesn't seem to be the case. So, we never know, we might end up having an interspecies reviewers kind of thing with this show. Mainly, with the censored version, and then you have to go, torrent it somewhere to get the uncensored version, or Blu-rays. So, yeah, we'll see. This one was also an interesting one, because it's My Senpai is Annoying. I don't know, what this is meant to be about, obviously. It seems to be just a, office comedy. I'm enjoying the fact that more office comedies are coming out nowadays, and I like those because I'm currently in the workforce, so I can't really relate to school life anymore. I know obviously about school life, I was in school, but I can't really emotionally invest myself in a school life anymore, because I don't know what is happening at schools anymore. I've pretty much completely lost the plot when it comes to that stuff. So I'll probably check this one out as my replacement for Uramichi One-san, because that was my work-life anime of the season for this season. So this will probably be the same thing for next season. And yeah, overall, it seems like it's going to be a pretty good season. I can't imagine there's going to be any, huge flops. Unless, a show like Komisan Communicate has, the worst animation we've ever seen. I can't imagine that because of how much hype there is around it, but you never know. These studios could just get a $5 budget and they had to spend 10 cents on every episode. You never know. Seems unlikely from the PV, but hey, you never know. Anyway, thanks all for watching. Please tell me in the comments what anime you are looking forward to in the fall 2021 season. I'm very interested in what your opinions are, and if, we want to discuss any of the shows coming up, please tell me in the comments. Hit the like button if you liked the video, dislike it if you didn't, subscribe to it if you're new to the channel, ring the bell button if you want to see when we're uploading. Follow me on Twitter at ShutInBakas, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.